normally do in a trial class is like a full interview and a full test, and then after that you can ask me some questions and I can give you some feedback. Are you okay doing that today?
Oh, yes.
Okay then. So have you taken the IELTS test before?
No.
Oh, okay. But you understand in the speaking part there are three parts. Part one, two, and three. You understand about that? Good.
Yes, I
Okay, so first of all, then, Norton, can you tell me something about your hobbies and interests?
actually I'm quite a lazy person, so I don't have so many hobbies. I just like singing and watching Korean dramas and something like that. But I do not do some exercise, yes.
Oh, okay, so yeah, my wife also enjoys that Korean drama as well. Yeah, it's very popular. So, do you have any specific interests? Anything that you're interested in?
Mm, actually not. I think I'm not quite a person that eager to pursue something. I just do the things that I need to do. Yes.
Oh, okay then. So, how about social media? Do you and your friends spend time on social media?
Yes, I use social media every day, and it's a tool that can help us to communicate with others. And I always post my photos on my moments in order to let others see, and I can check the moment from others, and we can share our lives together. Yes.
Oh, okay. And do you think you spend too much time on social media?
Mm, definitely, yes. Because when I'm studying, I just be distracted by social media because I always want to check it whether there's someone send a message or if there is a new moment in my moments file. So it's really distract me. Yes.
Oh, okay. And how about your friends? Are they the same? Do they spend too much time on social media?
I don't think so. I think it depends on the characteristics. You know, some of my friends are self-controlled, so they won't have so many time on it. But there are some friends that are same to me because they are all have the same interest as me, and they all like to chat with others. So I think they will spend a lot of time on the social media.
Oh, okay. And would you like to work in social media?
Yes, you know, with the development of technology, social media became more and more popular. So if I can work in social media, it means that I have the enough capa capability to do such things. And I think in this way I can earn a lot of money. Yes.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, so it's a growing sector, isn't it? So, what are the popular social media sites in China?
Uh, it's an app called WeChat. Yes. And some may use QQ, and I use QQ for the formal things. And when I need to chat with my friends, I just use WeChat.
Oh, okay then. So now let's move to part two. So let me share my screen first and find the topic. So here you can see the topic. Can you describe a popular place, example, a stadium that you've been to? So you should say where it is, when you went there, what you did there, and explain how you felt about this place. So you have a minute to prepare and take notes. Then you have 1 to 2 minutes to talk on this topic. So you can start taking notes now, Norton. Okay, Norton, if you're ready, you can start talking now.
Okay, I want to describe a place that is near my campus. It's a stadium, and it was last semester. At that time, I really want to exercise my body, so I just post some messages on my moment to ask whether there is someone that can bring me to the stadium to exercise myself. At that time, one of my senior told me that he always went to the stadium and have an exercise there. So I just went there with him. Mm, and at there, I just like to make attempt to all of those facilities, like the facilities for legs or facility for your arms. And I think it's quite hard for me to do all of the things because I'm like just what like I said, I'm a quite lazy person, so I do not take exercise more in the past. So I think it's difficult for me. And I think the place is quite good and it's quiet. So it can make you concentrate on your exercise and do all of the things you want. But I think it's just for the people who are self-controlled because you need to exercise every day to build up good body and to exercise to have a healthy mind. So I don't think that place is suitable for me. I just want to lay on the bed and watch the Korean dramas all day. But I know it, yes, and I know it's unhealthy habit. Uh, but actually, I don't think I can control myself to do such extensive exercise.
Okay, then. Well, I suppose it could be worse, but yeah, okay, let me move on to well, we'll move on to part three then. So are young people a bit like you, Norton? Do they like to do exercise or not?
Yes, of course. I think it depends on the situation. If you are a fan of sports, you probably will do the exercise every day. But if it is a man like me, is quite lazy person, so we just have no sense of eagerness to exercise.
Okay, then. And then what about children? Do you think it's good for children to do sports?
From my point of view, is definitely yes, because children is full of energy and they are energetic all the time. For instance, my cousin, he now is 7 years old and he do exercise every day. He likes to hang out with their friends and like to walk the dog every day. And he always chat with me and told me to go out together. But I do not like to go out every day. I just want to lay on the bed. And from my point of view, children is really full of energy and they just like to go out. Yes.
Okay. Right, you remind me of that Bruno Mars song. Today I don't feel like doing anything. Maybe you know
Yeah.
that one. Yeah. Right. Okay, so I don't normally get interviews like this, but anyway, next question is Do you think it's necessary for the government to provide sports um, places for people?
Yes. Uh, Firstly, the government has built a lot of house areas for people to live, but they ignore the place for exercising. So I think there is a need for government to do these things because, with the advanced technology, there are more and more people being lazy because they just need to go out by cars or by bus or by some others public transport. They do not run every day and they do not do exercise every day. Mm, One thing is that they are quite lazy person, but the most important thing is that they are not access to the place that can exercise. So it's important to the government to build such places for people.
Oh, okay then. And what about companies that provide sports venues for poor children? What do you think about that?
I think it depends on the situation. Uh, sorry, I just
You want
not
to
fully
repeat the
understand.
question? Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think about companies that provide sports venues for poor children?
Oh, I think it's really a good thing for companies to do so because in this way it can promote their status and the fame in the whole of the cities. In this way, poor children can exercise their bodies too, and the company won't spend so much money on this and can acquire a lot of fame. So I think it's really good things for us to do this. Yes.
Oh, okay then. So, you've now completed the full test, Norton. So, how do you feel about your performance today?
I don't think it's quite well, but I will do the IELTS exam tomorrow, so I just want to exam myself. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, did you feel nervous today?
Probably.
Well, it wasn't too noticeable anyway if you did. So, hopefully, you'll not feel nervous tomorrow and you can enjoy the interview. And let's have a look then at some of your answers. So, I'm going to share my screen first of all.
Okay.
And okay, so yeah, the first question. Well, you told me about your hobbies and interests, and then about social media. So, do you use social media as a tool? I always post my my moment. Okay. So yeah, perhaps you could say I always post yeah my memorable moments, I suppose, or some or enjoyable moments, and you could look forward to seeing yeah people liking and commenting. You could say on your post, people might like or comment on my posts and so on. So it gives them perhaps a little bit more development needed, perhaps. Anyway, we can share about our life together, yeah, and it's maybe not always positive. I think sometimes people always share their happy moments, but not always talk about the troubles they're having. So people sometimes think their life is perfect when it's not, I suppose. And
Yes.
then yeah, uh, you often get distracted whether there's someone. It's really yeah, it really distracts me. You said so. Yeah, you can say it's a distraction, or sometimes it can be it can disturb me when I'm studying if you get a notification and yeah, it can be yeah, perhaps tempting to check your social media when you can lose focus on what you're actually doing, and it get caught up in some drama on social media sometimes or whatever's happening. So so yeah, again, perhaps could have done with a little bit more development in that answer. And then, do you want to work in? Yeah, you said your friends though are self-controlled, and they some of them are anyway, and they
Yes.
can handle it better. Well, at least it looks that way. Maybe it's not really like that, but to you it might look like that, I suppose. And then, do you want to work in social media? Um, the development of technology, I can work in social media if I have enough capability. So again, yeah, you need to think like what would you do? Perhaps advertising or marketing or something. And then there's also some kind of technical part to it. So it might need creative skills or IT skills. So that's the kind of skills you might need, and perhaps good communication as well. So and then yeah, you said WeChat and QQ. One is for formal, and the other is for when you just want to talk to your friends, so informal. And then the place for the sports then. Um, yeah, so if there's a place is a stadium, I really want to exercise my body. Yeah, so yeah, there's other phrases you could say there. It's a good place to go and work out and get into shape. And so one, um, he told me he always went there, so he invited me, and I just went along with him. Okay, so it's good for people who are yeah. You see, self-controlled before, so try perhaps self-disciplined. It's another word you could say. You've said self-controlled earlier in part one, or you could say motivated. So you lack a bit of motivation to do that. You just want to stay in bed, and yeah, you're not. You find it hard to motivate yourself to do that kind of thing. But yeah, it gets harder when you get older to motivate yourself, I suppose, and when you're younger, perhaps. But um, anyway, and then do young people like sports? Yeah, you said it depends on the situation, and then um, I think you used that phrase again. It depends on the situation a couple of times. So try not to use the same phrase again. But if you're a sports fan, but yeah, some people have no eagerness. So it kind of depends on the type of person. Then, not whether they're young or not. You could say some are motivated and some are interested in other things in life. And then other benefits. From my point of view, definitely children is full of energy. Yeah, here you need to make it so children are full of energy. Yeah, so they're plural. So you gave an example of your 7-year-old nephew, is it? You said,
Uh,
yeah.
cousin.
Oh, cousin, sorry, cousin who's 7 years. He likes to, yeah, he likes to hung out. Hung out is past tense, so you need hang out. He likes to hang out. with his friends and play, and yeah, they just they have fun doing it, don't they, when they're that age, running around. And so yeah, to do sports, yeah, sports. Then you can go into it in more depth. It can build their bone uh, density and structure, make their body stronger as they're developing. So their bones are growing, aren't they? And yeah, they can develop their muscles as they get older. And yeah, it's all about that's the physical side of it. And it can also boost their immune system, which is the health side of it. So when they do more exercise, they get sports, they get fresh air and sunshine outside. It's good for their immune system. And then there's emotional needs and psychological needs, so it can improve their social skills, and they can learn teamwork, and they can learn about competition and so on. And yeah, maybe develop self-discipline as well as part of it. They have to train if they really want to get good at one of those sports. So okay, so and then is it necessary for the government has took a cut, but they ignore the place for exercising, so they focus then more on providing housing, less on providing put sports spaces, could be facilities or amenities, so we can say that, and or venues. And so yeah, there could be a problem with people doing less exercise nowadays, and that would, you could say, that would be a burden on the health system. Yeah, if they become obese or have developed diabetes or heart problems, yeah, because they don't do enough exercise, then the government will have to might pay for their health or something, for their hospital bills and so on. And then, what do you think of companies donating to sports venues for poor children? So it's really a good thing. Okay, and then the poor children. So yeah, they can improve their status. They can. I suppose it's good for the company profile, isn't it?
Yes.
And perception. So it can give them good publicity. And yeah, some companies do have that, what we call social responsibility is what we call it. And yeah, some countries they give incentives for companies to do that. So, and yeah, they try and give yeah, they try and allocate some of their budget to doing something like that. And yeah, it might make people more like Starbucks did something like that, and then they became more popular with some members of the public if they donate, to some kind of cause, or the Body Shop or someone like other companies like that. Anyway, so let's have a look at it overall. So I thought your fluency was quite good. You seem to speak fairly with a pretty good flow, not too much repetition or self-correction or hesitation. So yeah, just avoid saying, yeah, it depends on the situation. You used it twice, but then I think you change your mind later with that one. But just don't use a discourse marker. Yeah, from my point of view, just use it once. That's okay. Don't overuse it. Yeah, try a variety of ones. So yeah, I'll give you 7 for that area. Vocabulary, yeah, you would need a little bit less common and idiomatic expression really to help develop your answers a bit better. Grammar was, on the whole, not too bad. Didn't notice too many major mistakes, just a few minor mistakes that didn't cause me uh, any problems with understanding. So, yeah, I'm just trying to think whether to give it a 6 or 7. Um, I think I'll give that one a 6, and then the pronunciation though was fairly good. Maybe that one gets you a 7. So just about a 6.5. But yeah, tomorrow don't keep telling them that you're lazy and you want to sleep in bed all the time. Try, just say I'm not very motivated sometimes. Like that's a better way to say it. But you don't want to tell that. Or if you go for a job, don't tell them you're lazy. You're not going to get the job, are you? You know, probably know that. So just try and say I'm just a bit. I'm not that motivated. I'm just a bit in enthralled in watching Korean soap operas at the moment, and then maybe it's a phase you're going through, or something like that. Yeah, and then you'll maybe later you'll get bored of them and move on to something else, and you might develop another interest. And then yeah, try and give it gives a positive tint on what you're saying, you know, and then perhaps you're learning Korean language. So at the same time, are you reading the subtitles? Or are you learning some Korean?
No, 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 no. I
No,
just work.
oh, that's a shame. Oh, yeah. Well, if you try and learn a bit of Korean language, it's not. It can be useful at the same time, can't it? Is it dubbed in Chinese or?
No, you can see the words in Chinese, so
Oh,
I
right.
just see the
But the
words.
subtitles are in Chinese, and then
Yeah.
yeah, to try and pick up some Korean phrases, and that might be useful for your future. Yeah, and then maybe one day you might end up going there to study or something, working for a Korean company. Okay,
Yes.
yeah. Anyway, but don't tell them you're lazy because Koreans are known for really being hardworking. They're like very hardworking people, aren't they? So yeah, just tell them that you're. Yeah, maybe you're creative. That's why. Yeah, sometimes creative people like to lie on the bed and think, and then so you have to find your speciality in life, your niche. Yeah. Okay. Have you got any questions for me now?
No, no, no. I have no question.
All right then. So have a nice day. Hope it all goes well for you tomorrow. And don't spend all day watching
Thank
Korean. Try and do some study as well because you've IELTS tomorrow. Okay. Uh, bye for now,
Okay.
Norton.
Okay. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.